Hey, yo.
Back hero.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Sentakyu. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.
Just started.
Also, welcome, episode 152, I believe.
Yes.
But yeah, man, I also, it annoys me that I keep seeing some of these people put out like the best college basketball player since like 2000s of the century so far. Like, yeah. And he's on the list, but he's so low, and I'm always like, dude, Carmelo Anthony's like arguably the greatest freshman basketball player of all time.
Of all time.
Like,
and
this
won a championship.
Won a championship his freshman year and like carried him.
Carried.
He had like and I love Kevin Durant and we love Kevin Durant. He's like amazing, but if we're talking only college, there's no way he can be higher than Melo. I saw one where he was Kevin Durant was 1 and Carmelo Anthony was 8.
Over like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
It's of the century,
modern,
so it's
modern.
2000.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Kevin Durant was number 1 and Carmelo Anthony was number 8, and I was just like, what?
No.
That's not possible. Nope. If we're talking about college only, Carmelo Anthony should be top 3. If it's of the century college players, just only college.
I agreed.
He's the best freshman ever. You know what I'm saying?
Came in and was immediately
dominated.
He came in and
everything was easy for him.
It was clear that he shouldn't have been in college.
Yeah.
He was too good for college.
That's
already.
what it was. And and then it's like, and then again, like it's supposed to be college only, and I see like there's no like another player.
How many white Duke players are on that list? All of them? Is it everybody?
No, I saw one that had like Kevin Durant 1, Melo should be 1. Tyler Hansbrough was number 2. I'm not gonna argue. He shouldn't be that high, but he should be on the list because
on the list for sure. North Carolina is my favorite team.
He's one of the best players. He won a championship. Like just some guy like how's Michael Beasley not on a list like that? You know what I'm saying? Michael Beasley's another player who just
he averaged like 27 and 17
ridiculous in college. I think Kemba Walker needs to be on a list like that.
Hold on a second, bro. Look at this.
Boy.
I'm about to put this on the screen.
What you got here?
Look at this shit, bro. Why it's actually accurate and funny though. When actual niggas pull up in the sports center. So for context, this is
from the movie, right?
From the Kuroko no Basket movie where they played against a bunch of NBA niggas and they got destroyed. I mean, they obviously won on some power of friendship shit at the end, but them niggas was baking their asses, dog.
Hilarious, man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, welcome to episode 152.
Oh, Edmund shared that as per usual.
Shout out to Evan. Discord's been on fire all week. Yeah. And the reason it's been on fire all week is because we've got something special going on. Mm-hmm. We've got the the SwordCast American Action Movie Character Clash.
Boom.
Hey man, play-in round is over. Round one,
full first round,
has been completed. We will recap later on in this episode, but I have to say before we do anything else, if you're not in the Discord, again, like I said, write me a message, comment on here on YouTube, or write me a message on Instagram, Twitter. I will try to send you an invite so you can get in there, be a part of this. But it's been fun, and Hero just has this dog. He's like narrating it with the Dragon Ball World Martial Arts Tournament announcer guy, and it's just hilarious.
We have a main event each round. I do intros and everything.
It is so funny. I'm loving it. It's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, man. That's been going on. That's fun. But anyways, what are you into currently, my friend?
Yeah, a couple of things, man. I haven't mentioned this in the Discord because I'm sure that we got a lot of indie gamer fans in the Discord. I'm sure they'll know what I'm talking about. But I've been playing this game called Hi-Fi Rush, which is on Xbox. But it's a really clever game. It's a rhythm game, but it's also a fighting game. That makes any sense. So it's like a rhythm, like button mashing, not really like button mashing, but it's also like a beat 'em up, right? Like a platforming beat 'em up. And the clever part is like all of your moves, all of your attacks sync up to the beat. So in order to like do powerful combos, you gotta like you have to hit the button on beat.
Awesome.
It's pretty clever. It's sweet too. And I was on Discord or on Reddit, like looking up. I was having like an audio sync issue, and I saw this Reddit comment that had me cracking up. This dude told on himself so bad. He was like, "Man, this game sucks, man. Like, they call it a rhythm game, but basically it's just random. Like, there's no there's no like timing or anything. It's just all fucked up." And every single comment was like, "So clearly you're a white guy with no rhythm." Correct? It sounds like you just don't have no rhythm.
No. Poor guy. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that game is really, really dope.
Yeah, aired them out.
Also, I just got done watching the Super Mario movie.
How was that?
And I've got to say, man.
Yahoo!
All right. I really think y'all might have hyped that movie up.
No.
That shit was good, right? Like it was not a it wasn't like a failure. Like it was fine, but
oh boy.
I think the Sonic movies were better. I think that
Sonic movies are very good.
And you know what it was? The biggest thing. So there were some good things about it. It looked great, like the graphics, I don't know, whatever. Like the visuals were great.
You don't sound too thrilled.
No, the visuals are really good. I just had a trouble figuring, like, what do you call them? Graphics? Like it's a movie, so no. The visuals were really good.
Oh man,
Bowser was fantastic. He was definitely the best character in the movie. Peach was pretty good too.
I gotta see it.
But I just had a hard time with Chris Pratt as Mario, bro. Like it was the exact problem that I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't Chris Pratt doing voice work. It was just Chris Pratt as Chris Pratt.
Oh, kind of like Star-Lord. How Beyonce ruined the live action Lion King movie.
Basically, right? Ass on. You know it was basically just, it was Star-Lord as Mario, and it just didn't work for me at all. And I think one of the reasons why, and the action was
Star-Lord as Mario.
Right. What it did really well, like the best part of the movie, in my opinion, was one, the score, because you could just hear like the old themes being upgraded for score purposes.
I was thinking about that. I didn't see the movie yet, but I was thinking about how Mario 64 literally changed his appearance forever, and it's been that since Mario.
Since.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That game that was like a huge deal for people our age, and it's like the appearance that ended up sticking for this whole time, like for the last
30 years.
30 years.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
It did a great job with the score, and also like the stuff that was happening in the background was fantastic, bro. It was just like Easter egg after Easter egg after Easter egg. In every single frame, there was some nod to the game. There was a couple of very subtle Smash Brother references, like he had his down spike, like that punch.
Yeah.
He did that a couple of times.
Mario weighs like 700 pounds.
Yeah,
700 pounds of just a ball of muscle.
Right. Oh, you shouldn't have said it. Here comes Eric right this instant.
Oh no, Wolverine with or Mario with claws.
Wolverine is just Mario with claws. Yes. Yes, we know. Stop it. So the movie, and I thought the actions, there was not enough like Mario action. Now, like there was one or two scenes.
Can you put Wolverine trying to do Mario noises?
Stop, dog. Stop it. Way to ruin both characters at the same time.
Wahoo. Hilarious.
So there was like one or two scenes of like Mario action that were pretty cool, but I felt like the movie needed more of it. All in all, I thought it was fine. It was maybe 7 out of 10. And
IGN, huh?
That would right. I would have been fine with that had I not seen so many people hyping it up. I mean, I saw several people talking about like 10 out of 10. Like, come on, bro. No way. I definitely thought both Mario movies were better. Or sorry, both Sonic movies were better. Because for one, the action was better in the Sonic movies, and two, the voice actor just felt like Sonic. It really did. I mean, Jaleel White would have been the perfect actor, but Ben Schwartz did a pretty good job. It was fine. I think that's what it was, right? Ben Schwartz? Whatever. Whoever it was, he was pretty good. So that's what I've been into.
Boom. Boom shakalaka. Yeah, man. So I've been watching a lot of movies, man. I love Letterboxd, that movie app. I'm always on there. So I finally, even just doing this little action movie character tournament that we're doing has made me want to go back and rewatch some movies I used to really like. And another one of my favorite like film series is the Bourne movies. When I was younger, I was really into those movies. Haven't watched them in like a really long time. So I went back about last week. By this time I've seen all of them by now. But man, these movies are really good. They just do a lot of considering the time, you know what I mean? The time that they came out in. Like the Bourne movies really were like some like game changing movies of some of the stuff they were doing.
Yeah.
My favorite one is Bourne Ultimatum. The Bourne Identity. The first one is they're all. I like them all. I like the first three a lot. I think the fourth one, the one that came out in 2016, is just called Jason Bourne. I mean, I think it was unnecessary, but the first three are really good. Third one's my favorite. I think that these movies, though, they bring a lot of new stuff to like that genre, right? Like they do such a good job with the close quarter shaky cam fights, right? And it's like, and I'm not a fan of shaky cam, but because I think the Bourne movies are literally the only movies that did it good, where it's the frantic, claustrophobic, like shaky cam, but you can still see everything that's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when like they did that really bad in the Snake Eyes movie. They tried to do the shaky cam thing and it didn't really work because they're moving it and you can't see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? They did a good job in those movies of doing that, but you can see it still. And just like, they just had some game changing just fight scenes in those movies, man. Like in the first one, he fights the assassin and he stabs him with the ink pen a bunch of times. That scene's crazy. In the second one, he fights he fights the agent at the house, and the guy gets a knife, and Jason Bourne rolls up a magazine and fights him with the magazine rolled up. That's awesome. And then of course, the Bourne Ultimatum is my favorite, and it just has just like one of the greatest action scenes of all time, where he jumps through the window from the other building across, and then he fights that guy. That fight scene is awesome, and then he kind of beats him up with a book too. That fight's crazy.
The Bourne movies do a good job with like more or less realistic fight
grounded,
scenes.
Kind of, yeah. They're gritty. They're gritty. They're like kind of panicky, and it makes them realistic. Kind of similar in the same way John Wick does with some of their fights in those movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really love the Bourne movies. Even and just his character, man. I love how he's not only this like killing machine, but he's very smart in the way that he
like a detective.
Yeah, and he just outsmarts the CIA all the time. I love when he's. We talked about this off air earlier, where he just makes those. He just calls them, and just kind of.
Yeah.
You need to get some rest, Pam. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, great movies, man. I love the Bourne movies. Maybe I get you to rewatch them and we can talk about them on here, kind of how we did John Wick.
That's gonna be tough for me.
You got to do it. Just watch the first one and the third one.
I like the Bourne movies, but the thing that keeps me from loving them is just I don't believe Matt Damon. He's like if it was any other actor, I would be fine with it. I just don't buy him in that role. Like
I love those movies. I think they're sweet.
The movies are fine, but like I have a big problem with. I just don't fuck with Matt Damon, bro. Like he's just not.
Did he? I mean, I've never really seen any movies other than these with him in it, so I don't really have an opinion.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't
outside of the Bourne movies.
He's not like a go learn the stuff and be an action movie guy. Like.
Right.
He's a dramatic actor, and there's nothing wrong with that.
What is it? Well, what are his? Is the Bourne series not his biggest?
I think it's his
achievement.
It's one of his tentpole franchises, but I mean he was like really. I don't know, man. Hey, let's see.
Hero hates Matt Damon.
I do like flat out. Like I don't fuck with Matt Damon. I think he's mediocre as fuck. So like he was in the Marsh. Good Will Hunting is where he got his start. He got his start. The Bourne Identity was probably his first like big franchise. Mm-hmm. He was in The Martian. He was pretty big in the Ocean movies, Ocean's 11, 12, etc. The Departed. That movie was fire.
I saw that movie.
He was all right, man.
That was the Boston movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Leo that was acting his ass off in that shit. Saving Private Ryan, like he's been in some stuff, but he's like that's his bag. He's like
like dramatic stuff,
right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
but that's what I've been into, man. Is rewatching.
I will say that the Bourne franchise is my favorite of his movies, like that era. And I don't consider The Departed or Interstellar to be
like his movies.
His movies, not right. He just was in them,
Right.
Anyways.
But yeah, man, real quick wrestling recap. New Japan, man, Sakura Genesis. It's one of their bigger pay-per-views. Was on either Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I watched it at like 4 a.m. because I'm like a crazy person. But Sakura Genesis was actually really dope. As we talked about before, Sonata has that new look. Left LIJ, joined the new group. The name of the group is literally five guys. That's the name of their group.
Who all is in the group
it's
with him?
Taichi, who I like. I like Taichi a lot. He's the one that used to be with Zack Sabre Jr. Because what happened with Suzuki-gun, they disbanded. Mm-hmm. So all their guys are like kind of scattered around. Like Zack Sabre Jr. went and started his own group. Mm-hmm. which I like his group too. And then then Taichi started this one, and Sonata left LIJ, joined this. My man, like, he shaved the beard, changed his hair. He's got a new look, new outfit, like new theme music. He just looks like a superstar now. And like, always been a big Sonata fan. I love Sonata. He's he's like one of Muda's proteges. Kind of like, he's like super athletic.
He is super athletic.
Has a great look. He's got a great moveset. But his thing was always like, he wrestled like he didn't care. And I didn't, and he was in LIJ, and like, that's kind of the theme of Los Ingobernables de Japón, is like the whole Ingobernable thing, and like tranquilo, and just being real smooth, and not, Naito, man. Naito don't care. That's his whole gimmick, is that he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I felt like, even though that was his gimmick, he was able to wrestle at a super high level all the time, even though his gimmick was that he didn't care. Yeah. I felt like Sonata was that I don't care gimmick, but he like wrestled like he didn't care sometimes. Mm-hmm. And there would be times where he would have some really, like, he had a match with Okada in G1 in 2019, I think. Classic, one of my favorite matches of all time. Easily his best match ever. But and it always felt like they were wanting to make him a top guy. And then they just would pull the plug on it all the time. Mm-hmm. So again, like, this is that long-term New Japan storytelling, man. Like, it can be frustrating sometimes because it takes so long for your payoff, but they always deliver. This is one of those things, man. This is like a 7-year thing with him.
Right, because I never really remember him being around the main event scene for them.
Yeah, this is like a long thing where he could never beat Okada, you know what I'm saying? And he won New Japan Cup. A couple months ago, and he faced Okada, and this guy beat Okada for the championship, man.
That's crazy.
So, I think it says a lot about New Japan. And when you look at the company, right, it's always been that rotation of Okada, Tanahashi, Ibushi, Naito. And that's kind of it, Then they had Jay White sprinkled in there. They had Will Ospreay sprinkled in there. But
you said Tanahashi, right?
Yeah, of course, okay. The GOAT. But when you look at that company and where they are right now, they need another guy, especially with Ibushi gone, right? Like, who's going to be that new guy? And then you see this repackaging of Sonata, who just looks like $1 million. Yeah. And again, he's a really good wrestler, man. And his
do you think that this happens? I tend to think that this move doesn't happen if Ibushi re-signs with AEW or with New Japan.
That's super interesting take. And I kind of always didn't like I think they did Ibushi dirty, bro. I think. Because if you remember Ibushi, when he was the champ, they had the 2 belts still. Mm-hmm. Remember, he was double champ. And then they were going to change the title to this new belt. And I think they were, and people didn't like it at first. And it's grown on me. Okay. I like it. I think it looks cool.
It looks
better. It's not better than the IWGP title.
That one is amazing.
But it's fine. But I think that they were worried about the reception of this, and they kind of used Ibushi as like the scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? Like, make him be the guy that's changing the belt. And I don't think he wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why he was kind of left on bad terms, because he left on pretty bad terms with New Japan. And I think that has a little something to do with it. But anyway, back to Sonata. But yeah, that's an interesting take, man. I think I don't know. I don't know if they would have done this with him if Ibushi had been around still. I don't know what they would have done if Jay White was still there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think it's a great choice. I think Sonata is capable of being something new. You know what I'm saying? Something new and exciting. The match was fire. The finish was really dope. So I'm here for it. I think this is gonna be. It's just always it's always exciting when someone that's not always the champion is champion in Japan. So I think it's gonna be
in
dope.
Any company, man. Anytime where it's not Brock or Roman with the belt,
it's fun.
Fun, yeah.
So I'm here for it. Another. Mercedes Moné had aka Sasha Banks. She defended her title. Match was fire in a triple threat match. Aussie Open won the IWGP tag titles from Hiroki Goto and what's the name of that tag team? And Yoshihashi Bishamon, I think that's what it's called.
That's
that match,
fire name.
Dog, the match, amazing. Aussie Open, man. Like, I want to see Aussie Open versus FTR round 2 at Forbidden Door 2. Because right now, I think they're the 2 best tag teams on the planet. That match was fire. Boom. Shout out to New Japan. Match of the week. Ooh, tough. You know, on Dynamite, Jamie Hayter versus Rio was a banger. That match was fire. But I think match of the week, I am going to go with... I think this Sonata Okada match, it was good, and I think just the significance of, like, this is such a big thing with them going in a different direction right now. But I think the more exciting match was probably that tag match. So I'm gonna go match of the week: Aussie Open versus Bishamon for the IWGP tag team titles. That match was amazing. Shout out to Aussie Open. Boom.
There it is.
All right, man. So the other night, happy Easter, everybody.
Yes.
My son was up super late. And he sends me this thing at like literally 1:00 in the morning. And it was like a video game thing. And it was pretty cool. And it was this little thing, fill it out. And it's called About Me, video games. So I thought this would be perfect for us to do on the pod. So here we go.
Wait. Before you go, can you...
No.
Can you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Can you email me yours real quick?
Hi.
Because I got a thing that I'm gonna try to do on the fly.
Yes, I can. Technology. How do you send an email? No, I'm just I don't think anyone would be shocked if I was serious.
What? I pressed the button and it didn't do it. What happened?
What do you mean there's more? What do you mean I gotta do more work?
Right.
What do you mean? Dog, hilarious. I'm sending it to you now. But yeah, man, so Jason is excited about something, because if he's excited about something, he's not leaving you alone until you do it.
It's time.
We're talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if
put everything else away.
Wake up.
We're doing this
because I know you sleep.
Right. Now get your ass up and let's talk about this shit.
So he was like real super into it. So it's cool, man. But anyway, this thing. So it's got this is like this little grid that you fill out. It's got your favorite game of all time, your favorite series of games of all time, best soundtrack, favorite protagonist, favorite villain, best story. Game that you have not played but you want to, a game that you love that everyone hates, a game that you hate that everyone loves, Call of Duty, best art style, favorite ending, favorite boss fight, childhood game, relaxing game, which I thought was interesting, stressful game, whew, there's a lot of those, game you always come back to, guilty pleasure, which I kind of...
Whoops. Looks like we pooped ourselves, bud. Try a little experiment to do a thing for the podcast, and it didn't work. So we lost about 20-30 minutes of stuff for that video game template. My bad. So we will probably release a little mini episode during the week to recap that segment, because we pooped ourselves. Back to the show.
So as you know,
yes,
we're reaching, before we get to the tournament, we're reaching the end of Mandalorian. How many episodes we got left?
I think was this 7?
I think it was 6.
Okay, so we might have 3. Let me look it up. How many episodes
What if it was like season finale was last episode?
Right. Mandalorian season 3, 8. Oh fuck.
No, so we only had 2 episodes left?
Yeah, 7 and 8, bro. That's it. That's it.
And we out here doing all this little cute stuff.
Yeah. I actually didn't mind this last episode as much as other people did. It was silly, but
I mean, I liked it. You already know I'm here for the Bo-Katan. I'm here for the Bo-Katan tour.
Yes.
Dog, the 1-on-1 fight at the end.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope. So good, man. I love it. I actually liked this episode.
I did too, man. I thought I wasn't going to like it, but I
just
found myself.
It started off kind of wonky with Jack Black,
but Jack Black was excellent.
He was fine. I told you so we just talked about him earlier. He's a great actor, bro, and he's hilarious.
He was so good, and even Lizzo. I thought that I was going to be annoyed with her because I don't have any strong feelings towards Lizzo, and I know a lot of folks tend to shit on her. I think she's fine. I don't love her music, but whatever, it's not for me. But so I went into it thinking like, oh Lord, does she have any acting tech? And she doesn't, but she was charming, right? Like her and Grogu.
Oh yeah,
in particular,
connection.
Yeah, that was cute, too. Right? So like, for whatever it was worth, I thought that they were fine. And shout out to fucking Christopher. What's my man's name? OG. Doc Brown. Christopher Lloyd. Lloyd being a surprise cameo.
That was They be dropping in some of those.
Shout out to Christopher Lloyd, man. I'm glad they gave him another job because he about 99 years old and shit.
Literally.
Yeah. So I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but once it got going a little bit, I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite episode of this season, but I thought it was fine, and it ended very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're running out of time, though, man.
And you know what, bro? Like, I'm really enjoying everything. I love Bo-Katan. I'm loving the focus on her character and her story. Same feeling, man. Like, I feel like they are, and they kind of did this last time. And then the last 2 episodes were amazing.
Yeah, so they probably about to do it again.
You know that?
Fuck, you bastards. You got me again. Just when I was ready to hate on that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, here comes Luke Skywalker again. Who is that? Is that Darth Revan? What? Right. And this shit makes sense somehow. Like, what the fuck?
Dog. So I just thought it was hilarious how, like, I've never liked Luke Skywalker until that moment, and it just made me love Luke Skywalker. Like that was, and I feel like some big is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So dope, man, and Bo-Katan, man.
Yeah.
I liked the episode, but like you said, a little worried, might be around time, but again, that's what they did last time, and then last 2 episodes were absolutely incredible. So we'll see how that goes. Ahsoka trailer. Man, this show looks great. You guys know. Oh man, I watched so many old samurai movies, and there's some of the shots. It just reminds me of like an old, old samurai western looking type of show, man. I'm mad excited for this. A lot of the Star Wars Rebels characters are in. I think the show is gonna be like amazing.
Agreed. I'm very excited for it.
I got high hopes for that. And then has anyone like elaborated on are these Inquisitors? I know there was 2 Inquisitors or 1.
What are we talking about?
In the trailer, the Ahsoka trailer.
Oh, the guys with the suspiciously orange lightsabers.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't think people should overthink it because if memory serves, if you remember those Jedi Academy games from way, way back in the day, wasn't the orange lightsaber still a Sith option?
I think it was, yeah.
I don't think it's I think it's still a Sith like saber.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that it's
those
orange.
games were fun.
They were fun.
For sure. All right, man, as you guys know,
yes, sir.
we got the action movie clash going on.
Right.
And we voted. We got the play-in rounds covered.
Yep.
And round one is over.
Yep.
I have to say, I am disappointed in y'all.
So let's go through each round real quick.
Let's recap. Hi guys, it's me, Action Hank.
Right.
But let's recap some of these. Well, let's recap everything. Let's recap these play-in matches and the first round, which is over.
Yep.
I mean, it's a couple upsets.
There's a couple. So starting with the first play-in, Eggsy Unwin versus Lorraine Burton from Atomic Blonde. Eggsy comes out on top pretty easily. So he had to face John Wick. Then you had the other play-in on the left bracket was Naru from Prey versus Brian Mills.
She went on a nice little.
She did, man. She beat the dog shit out of fucking Brian Mills. In a nice little upset. And in order to get to that point, she actually won, because we actually don't have the original play-in on this tournament, on this bracket. But she won a round to get into the play-in.
She had to win a round to get into the play-in round where she went against Katniss Everdeen.
That's right.
And
she beat Katniss.
Destroyed her.
Yep. And then she also destroyed Brian Mills.
Yep. So she got two dubs.
So on the left side of the bracket, we had Eggsy versus John Wick. John Wick clears with low difficulty.
Low diff.
Then we had John
Stock.
Right, bro. John Matrix from Commando versus Evelyn Salt.
Hey man, y'all had me scared on that one.
John Matrix put Evelyn on ice. She is dead. Right. Ethan Hunt versus Eli. Now this was the first upset of the tournament.
Upset.
A 3 versus a 6.
A 3 versus a 6. And Eli from the Book of Eli pulls it out with the machete.
Yeah, bro. The machete and the blind shotgun, bro.
Hey man,
shooting niggas off of rooftops from 100 feet away without looking.
That was the first upset we got.
Yep.
I was very surprised that Ethan Hunt is out.
Here's one of my favorite matches. 4 versus 5. Indiana Jones versus Isaiah. Isaiah Bone beat the shit out. Dog, beat the brakes off that old man, dog.
9.
You know what I'm saying, dog?
9.
Man. Get your ass up, nigga. Beat the dog shit out of Indiana Jones. Had no business in here. That old man had no business in this scrap and got his ass whooped. Right. Then this was the most dominant match of the evening. John Rambo.
Oh man.
Clean sweep of
Cobra.
No, 32-0. No votes for Cobra.
No points scored.
Stallone on Stallone action, and John Rambo reigns supreme. And then we had, I'll say our main event for last. We had Leonidas with us. I thought that was a bit of an upset, even though he was ranked higher.
Yeah, he was ranked higher, maybe a stronger character, but I thought the impact of Frank Dukes would prevail.
But no, he got handily beat.
He got beat good. I was very surprised by that one.
Yep. And then, unfortunately, the Cinderella run from Naru comes to a brief and bloody
screeching halt
at the hands of the bride, dog. Beatrix Kiddo, 1 seed, absolutely destroyed Naru. You almost hate to see it, man. It was tough.
She had a nice run.
And then our main event, bro, Simon Phoenix versus Frank Martin. And Simon Phoenix, the only villain in this tournament, rolls over the Transporter. Another upset.
I was upset about this one. I thought I love Simon Phoenix and Demolition Man. I just thought y'all were sleeping on Frank Martin, man. He got some of the sweetest, best fight scenes.
He does.
And I love the Transporter. So
He lost to the charisma, bro.
He lost to the. He did. He lost to the overalls and the blonde hair, man.
Yep. All right. So in the West or in the East bracket, you've got John Creasy and Luke Hobbs. John Creasy comes out on top for the play-in, and then you've got Dominic.
I wish you had more time.
And then in a nail biter, the closest match of the tournament so far, Deckard Shaw edges out Dominic Toretto by 1 vote at midnight to make it into the tournament. He immediately was flamethrowed to death by Queen Mother Ellen Ripley in the first round.
Flamethrowed.
So we're gonna go from the top up here.
They mostly come at night.
Another upset, bro. I know you didn't like this one too much. Chief Inspector Lee.
What y'all doing?
With the upset over Dutch.
This is my number one. This is my number one gripe. What y'all doing? Dutch. Kill me, I'm here. Dog, what'd you say?
Pretty soon you'll be hearing them say, "You win, kill me now, I'm here."
Ridiculous. Yeah. Dutch beat a Predator, y'all.
I don't know. For some reason, they thought Jackie Chan and Chief Inspector Lee would take that one. So and he won easily. It wasn't even that close.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was a bludgeoning.
Right.
And you guys are ridiculous.
So then in one of my favorite matches, Maximus versus Martin. Do you want to die? Hey, come here. Come where? In here with me. You want to die? Yes or no? Do you want to die? Put it in your mouth. The bullet might go through your eyes and miss you. That nigga threw his ass out the whole window for that scene, dog.
Lethal weapon, dog.
But Martin Riggs did want to die, and he lost the Maximus. Right. Next, we had a 4-5 matchup. John McClane versus Sarah Connor.
Hey.
The women are
out
dominating this tournament.
Yeah.
Beats the shit out of John McClane.
Hey, man. SwordCast community is very inclusive, dog.
No doubt. Speaking of which, 3 in a row.
Sarah Connor was like a dog.
Yeah.
She was nuts.
She was a boss, bro. Sarah Connor was dope. So the women go on a hot streak here. The next matchup was Naniska from Woman King versus Carrie Tasker. Slice that nigga into fucking deli meat, bro. Slice that nigga into a ham sandwich.
Oh, man. That was a tough matchup for Harry, man. Shout out to True Lies. Classic weird movie, but yeah. Good movie.
And then in perhaps the second biggest upset of the tournament, Colombiana upsets Luke Devereaux.
Y'all, this is the other one that made me mad.
This one was closer, but still.
What y'all doing, man? Universal Soldier. We got Jean-Claude Van Damme's out. He's completely out.
Ain't no more Jean-Claude.
What y'all doing?
Yeah.
We should have put a time cop in there.
Or double team.
No, gosh. Nah, you know what though? Like, I love Hard Target. I just don't think enough people have seen that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's the movie where he's got that mullet.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And my man's is wearing the trench coat out here doing roundhouse kicks.
Right. And a heavy ass trench coat.
Dog, that movie's awesome. That's like a classic, like, I don't play by anybody's rules but my own type of, you know what I'm saying, type of action movie.
And then in the main event,
dog, doesn't he put a grenade in a dude's pants and then kick him?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
The main event yesterday was Mad Max versus Her Majesty's Secret Service 007 James
Bond.
And James Bond, a lot of people thought he could have been a 1 seed. He takes care of business, knocking out Mad Max. One hell of a main event coming up next week.
It was good. What we got?
It's going to be one. This will be the highlight of the tournament, maybe. One of the cleanest matchups, bro.
Uh-oh. What is it?
James Bond versus Jason Bourne. That is going to be a beef slapper, dog. These are two legends right here, dog.
That's a great. I love that. Let's go, man. That's a good one. What are some other good matchups coming up?
Let's see. We got. So Battle of the Femme Fatales. We've got Catalia versus Naniska. Or Colombiana versus Naniska.
There's some good. Okay. Some good matchups.
John Connor versus Maximus. I think Maximus is gonna have a tough time there
Against Sarah. She's gonna shoot him.
Yeah, right. Hey. Okay. Round 1. Fight. KO. You know what I'm saying?
KO. That was worse. What game is that?
I think that was Killer Instinct.
Dog, that KO is so the
nigga,
loud like emphatic KO.
Beat your fucking ass. You suck. That nigga and fucking Killer Instinct used to be so Killer Combo.
Ultra Combo.
That nigga beating this shit out you, dog. What you gonna do about it? He used to get so lit off that shit, bro.
Hilarious, bro.
And we got another good. I don't know. I think another tough matchup for our boy Jackie Chan. He has to go up against the flamethrower of Ellen Ripley in the mech suit.
Oh, he'll just win because he has picked up.
We got Beatrix Kiddo versus Leonidas.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's a great one right there.
Wow.
There's a couple good ones, but I think the best one I'm gonna save for last. We got
Leonidas should win. He's a man.
Right. Yes, of course. John Rambo versus Simon Phoenix. That'll be interesting.
That's a good one.
This will be a really. So there's two that I think are going to be awesome. I'll have to figure out which one. I got to book them to see who's going to be the main event. John Wick versus John Matrix.
Oh,
but I kind of think this one might have to be the main event, bro. Isaiah Bone versus Eli. That's a nice little. That's kind of a nice little matchup.
We got some good matchups, man. Yeah. That's what's up.
So that is the quarter. Let's see, quarter, semi. No, this is still round 2. Quarterfinals next, then semifinals, then finals.
So we got the Sweet 16 right now.
It's technically the Sweet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, duh! I'm an idiot. Yes, it's the Sweet 16.
So we got the Sweet 16 coming up, and by the time we record next, we will have those matchups done. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Again, man, if you're not in the Discord, hit me up, comment on YouTube, write me a message on Twitter or Instagram. I will send you an invite because this is fun, and and you'll be able to vote if you're in here. Shout out to Hero Man for running this and making it hilarious.
Yeah, man.
We
have fun. We have fun.
We have fun in the Discord, man. Y'all got to get in there.
and likely, I think we might do more of these, man. We might do a video game one.
Absolutely.
We might do a martial arts movie one. Yeah.
So if you guys got ideas, let us know because right now, after this one, definitely want to do a martial arts movie one. Characters, there's so many, and just doing it with this format, it's just fun. And so
I would love to do a video game one too.
Yeah, that would be fire.
Because I'm thinking about our 1Cs, bro. Like I'm thinking about like Solid Snake as a 1C.
I actually thought about that. Already video games, and I was like, Snake was like one of the first 1Cs I thought of. I was like, Snake's got to be a 1C.
Bro, he got some. He kind of reminds me of like if John Wick was like a tactical like Marine kind of. Yeah. They got because he's got the close quarter combat shit. He can use like any weapon.
Snake is like John Wick and John Matrix
put together. Exactly, that's perfect, bro. Put together. Hell yeah.
Just not a big muscle head. You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, he would definitely be a one. That would be insanely fun.
We'd have to probably put a stipulation of like no fighting games though, or like do a separate one for fighting games.
Yeah, that would be so fun. He would be 1 seed.
Aloy maybe.
Aloy would be one because I like to do 2 men, 2 women 1 seeds. Aloy would be one for sure.
You probably, I don't love this character, but I'm sure it would be very tough for us to not do Spartan 117 from Halo as a 1 seed.
As a 1 seed, or Link.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
gonna be a good. Maybe we should do that one next to give the movies a break.
Yeah, that's fun, bro. I like that. I like that idea.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. We'll catch you guys in the next episode when the Sweet 16 wraps up. Let's go, man. Thank y'all for listening. Peace.
Boom! Good episode. Our podcast is good, man. I listen to it.
Yeah.